What's up, guys? It's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Just finished watching the match, and Barcelona beat Osasuna by 1-0 at the Spotify Camp Nou. It was an absolute dominant performance from Barcelona. Osasuna, of course, second string team with the Copa del Rey final this weekend. Red card early on as well. They were just sitting back and parking the bus like no tomorrow. They had 10 players on the pitch, and every single one of those 10 players were in their own box. But Barcelona finally broke through, got the goal, secured 3 massive points, another clean sheet, and yet another 1-0 victory this season. The starting lineup for this match is on the screen right now. It was Ter Stegen in goal, a back 4 of Kounde, Araujo, Christensen, and Alejandro Balde, midfield 3 of Busquets, De Jong, and Pedri, and a front 3 of Raphinha, Lewandowski, and Xavi, with Ansu Fati, Ousmane Dembele, Eric Garcia, Ferran Torres, and Jordi Alba coming off the bench and making huge impacts. The only goal scored in this match was, of course, scored by Barcelona, and it was the captain on the pitch, Jordi Alba, with the dagger in the heart of Osasuna and the pure joy for the culés around the world. The ball was worked down the right hand side. I think in the end it was Lewandowski who had a chip cross across goal. Jordi Alba, chip cross goal. It goes to the back of the penalty spot. Frankie de Jong's there, cushion header down to Jordi Alba. And when Jordi Alba is lining up his trademark volley, you know it's going in. Worst case scenario, it's hitting the target. Lines it up, hits it near post, and Aitor Fernandez, the Osasuna keeper, couldn't get to it. The celebrations were crazy. Of course, he scored an offside goal just before this. After this, it was just pure relief, and Barcelona are one step away from winning the La Liga trophy. So overall, the team performance rating on the night, I haven't given it a number per se, because I think the situation of the match was different to what Xavi and the players planned for. Early red card, Osasuna playing a second string team, parking the bus the whole entire game. I think Osasuna had one shot, very luckily, in the whole entire game. That's it. I think based on the turn of play, I'd probably give the team rating a 7, but I want to firstly give full credit to the team for not giving up. Credit to Xavi as well, making those substitutions early, making the right substitutions, having the right personnel on the pitch to begin with, but the players kept going. Also in a deep block, you're trying to break through it, you're trying to do some intricate passes. I'm yelling on the live stream, take some long shots, but the team just kept going. They got the offside goal. Some players would say, oh, hedge draw ball, we tried, we got it wasn't ruled out. They kept pushing and got the goals. I want to give credit to that. I think, again, based on the situation of the game, you can't really rate the performance per se. We dominated, of course, had full possession, nothing in transition, everything full forward. Finishing still wasn't the greatest in this match. I think there were a lot of opportunities that Barcelona could have scored. I'm thinking at least 2 for Ansu, the Pedri chance, the Lewandowski chance, the Kounde chance. I don't think Raphinha had a chance, but there was a lot of opportunities for Barcelona to score in this match. We ended up getting the 1-0 win, and that for me is the most important thing. We're now at a point in the season where the season died for me a month ago. 4-0 against Madrid, that's when the season was over for me. And I'm giving credit to the players for keeping going, although there have been a lot of bumps in the road since that match. But we're just trying to secure a title now that we knew we were already going to win May 19th when we beat Real Madrid 2-1 at the Camp Nou. We were 11 points clear, I think, at that point, or 13 points clear. That's when we knew we were going to win this trophy. So now just, pushing over the line to try and secure this as soon as possible. Of course, right now, remember, they do play Real Sociedad. If they drop any points, a draw or a loss, we can win the league title May 14th at the Cornellà Espanyol. So that's going to be big. But overall, very happy with the team. I think they went out there, tough match, especially with the team that just went out there to simply park the bus and try to get a draw. Red card, wouldn't say helped us or them, because it didn't really change much. It just made Osasuna drop even deeper. But the pursuedness of the team, they had the courage, the determination. They went forward and they won and got the winner that we needed. So I'm very happy, and the players will leave this match very satisfied as well. But overall, on paper, I went to the team performance tonight. I'd be giving it around a 7 out of 10. Let's now get into the players' individual player ratings. Let's also go for the goalkeeper, Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, who now has 25 clean sheets in La Liga this season. He is now one off the record in football. The record in football is 26 clean sheets by Deportivo La Coruña, I do believe, in the 30s. And we're only one off that, tying it, then 2 off surpassing it. Remember, in my time, the most defensive team ever was Mourinho's Chelsea 04-05, and they conceded 15 goals the entire season. I think Petr got 24 clean sheets before they passed that. Around 11 goals conceded on the season. So in this match, Ter Stegen, did absolutely nothing. He had one great save from Osasuna from their one only shot. Passing out from the back was fine. He had a little bit of a poor pass in the second half that I think Frankie couldn't connect with, but very, very quiet day for Ter Stegen, so I will give him an average 6 out of 10. In front of him, firstly, on the right-hand side, it was Ronald Araujo. I will give Araujo tonight a 7 out of 10. Honestly, same thing, not much to do. I think he did pick up a lot of the long balls from Osasuna every time they regained possession from our attack. I think his aerial threat today was very, very important. His speed also to prevent those counterattacks were very, very important as well. Went down a couple of times with injury. Hopefully there's just no knock for him, so to speak. But now we do have a week and a half off, which is good. Again, had not much to do really. They had their second string attack, then they got the red card, so they had to sacrifice one of them. So a quiet day for Araujo, to say the least, but I think he did play very well. I will give him a strong 7 out of 10. Alongside the center back partner on the left-hand side, Andreas Christensen, also 7 out of 10 as well. Only played about 50 minutes, didn't even play an hour, but I think he played very well, of course. I think his passing was very, very important in our transitional play. Made some good runs forwards as well, so typical from him. Very, very impressed. I will also give Christensen tonight a 7 out of 10. Into the fullbacks now. Firstly, Jules Kounde at right back. Same thing for him. I'll give him a 7 out of 10 as well. I think going forward, he wasn't as good as he was against Betis. Then again, Betis, he was incredible for his standard. I think he defended very, very well in this match. His right-hand side was very, very quiet. I think the chance that we did that Ter Stegen ended up saving came through the middle, if I'm not mistaken. He had that chance in the first half as well, that glancing header that was just short for him. I think, he put in the shift, defended well, so I will give him a 7 out of 10. Alongside the left back, Alejandro Balde, I will give Balde a 7 out of 10 as well. Again, made some great runs forward. I think in the first 20 minutes, he was very, very dominant, very, very electric, making those deep-lying runs from the defense to the middle of the pitch. Defended very well. Crossing today wasn't the best from him. I think also his decision-making in the final third wasn't that great, but I think his defending and also his transitional play made up for that. And then once Jordi Alba came on, you can see the big difference in the crossing. I think Alejandro Balde is still adapting. He has put in some good crosses this season, no doubt whatsoever. But I think some of his decision making was in a tight space, low block, needs to change some of that up. But I think apart from that, put in the shift, defended very, very well. I will also give him a 7 out of 10. Into the midfield now. Firstly, El Capitano Sergio Busquets in the pivot. I will also give him a 7 out of 10. I promise I'm not all 7s. I'll say that right now. So Busquets, 7 out of 10. Again, played well. A lot of opportunities for him to take a long shot in this match. I think there were some moments where he did take it, but it was blocked. But I felt like there were a lot of open chances for him to shoot from outside, and he didn't. Apart from that, played very well. Transitional play was very, very good. Interceptions, controlling the midfield as well, progressing the ball forward. Did what he had to do. I think he did that very, very well. I will give him a 7 out of 10. Next up in the midfield, on the right-hand side of the interior, it was Pedri. I will also give Pedri a 7 out of 10 as well. I think without Pedri, this match would have been very, very different. Of course, on the worst side of Barcelona, I think he brings that creativity, that composure. I feel like I'm repeating myself. I feel like I said that against Betis as well, but it's just so evident. He had a lot of opportunities in behind as well. Ansu Fati having a touch on that, maybe for that chance, maybe Pedri would have scored that. He had that shot that went just wide as well from distance. He was the only player taking long shots, so credit to him as well. And I think in build-up play, if he wasn't there, I think Barcelona would have had a way more tougher night and probably would have walked away with a 0-0 draw. I think Pedri was that influential, so I will give him a 7 out of 10. Very, very strong performance in my opinion. And finally, in the midfield on the left-hand side of the interior, and then went to pivot in the last 20 minutes, it was, of course, Frankie de Jong. And I will give Frankie de Jong an 8 out of 10. And my man of the match, I think Frankie de Jong was fantastic. That first half, his long balls were electrifying. Got, of course, along the pass that led to the Osasuna red card. He was pinging them left, right, and center. Got the assist for Jordi Alba's goal as well. I think it was a complete dominance of a Frankie de Jong performance. He was playing on the left-hand side of the interior, went to the right for a bit, shifted the pivot, double pivot with Busquets. Everywhere in that midfield, he played. And I think he also touched every single grade of grass on the Camp Nou pitch as well. Was absolutely everywhere. Phenomenal, world class, and Frankie de Jong tonight gets an 8 out of 10 from me and my man of the match. Into the forwards now. Firstly, Gavi at the left wing. I will give Gavi a 6 out of 10. We'll make this very quick. Only played half an hour. Went off with a little bit of a groin niggle. He's fine. He's not injured. Again, he did the splits when he can't do the splits. So of course it's gonna hurt on your inner thigh. Xavi took him off as a precaution. Gavi didn't want to be subbed off. He did play about 10 minutes after that injury took place, but you can tell he was struggling. He's a bit limping a bit. You can tell the pain's still there, but it's still playable. But Xavi didn't want to risk it. I mean, he played alright, had that good intensity, had the good pressure that he always has, so I will give him an average 6 out of 10. Up front, it was, of course, RL9, Robert Lewandowski. I will give Lewa tonight a 6 out of 10 as well. Should have scored some of his chances. Yet again, he's missing quite a few. There was one in the first half where I think it was intricate play in the box. I think Busquets laid it off to Lewandowski. Fake shot. He now has like an open net at goal, and he hits it, and Aitor Fernandez saves it. I think he should be scoring that. That's what you pay 40 million for a 33-year-old to score those chances. I think he should be scoring that. Scored a goal that was offside, which wasn't his own doing, so give him credit there. I think, you know what, without him, this would have been difficult as well. I think his hold-up play, build-up, him taking up that space in the box, the defenders are going to say, look, this is Robert Lewandowski, one of the best strikers of all time. You have to stay on him. That probably, more likely to leave Ansu Fati and other players open, so I think he did that well in that sense. I think, the main job of Lewandowski is to score goals, and he didn't today yet again, so I will give him an average 6 out of 10. And last but not least is, of course, the right winger, Raphinha. I will give Raphinha a 6 out of 10 as well. Xavi did confirm that he was subbed off due to a little bit of a knee discomfort, but he is alright, so I think he had that knee discomfort coming into the second half, but in the first half, thought he played okay, put in some good crosses, but no one really could connect with them. I'm thinking about the one from Ansu Fati specifically. Again, I would have liked to have seen him take some long shots in this match as well. A lot of moments down the right-hand side where he'd cut in space, but he goes for that weird cross into the box instead of having that shot. I think he wasn't the Raphinha that we saw against Betis. It was a bit more conservative, especially with, Osasuna playing, a 10-1 formation. So for Rafa, I think he put in the shift today, and I will give him a 6 out of 10. Now for the substitutions, the subs were Ansu Fati, Eric Garcia, Ousmane Dembele, Jordi Alba, and Ferran Torres. Firstly, I'm going to rate these properly because I think these subs were very, very impactful in this match. Garcia and Ferran, average 6. They came in, put a shift in, did what they had to do. Jordi Alba, will give him a 7. Got the goal, of course, and he looked very, very lively, very threatening down that left-hand side. Was putting in some good crosses, and, some players weren't being able to finish it. Ousmane Dembele, give him a 6. He wasn't, the dumb boost that we all know. He was going down the right-hand side, but he cut in, passed. He wasn't taking on any defenders. There's moments when you want him to fake shot it because he'll fake shot it and he doesn't, and it goes out for a corner. Then he had that one shot that went wide, but I think that should be going on target, worst case scenario. So I think the boost wasn't that effective in the final third, so I will give him a 6. And Ansu Fati, I will give Ansu a 6 as well. His father just confirmed, right by the way, that he's apparently going to be staying at Barcelona, so we'll wait and see with that. But with Ansu, I think his build-up play was fine. He was, of course, on the left-hand side, pick up the ball, run into the drive into the forward, into the final third, took on some defenders, was okay. But just in the box, he was absolutely shite. His shots were clear, open shots, wide, hit a defender, skies it, wide, hits a defender. I'm like, can we just have one on target? I think the one where he touched the chance from Pedri was by accident, which is fine. But I'm thinking about when after Jordi Alba scored, I think Jordi Alba was going down the left-hand side again. Cuts it back to Ansu. He has open space. He takes his time with it. And by the time he takes his time with it, the defender's already in front of him and he shoots and it's blocked. So I feel like Ansu Fati should have had at least a goal. Should have had at least a shot on target. And of course, that header in the first half as well, if you ran a bit earlier to that. But that's, difficult. I think in the final third today, he wasn't that effective. I think he should have had a goal today, in my opinion. I think he was lively. He looked good, but just didn't have that end product, in my opinion. So I will give him an average 6 out of 10. So basically all the sub 6, and then Jordi Alba 7 for the absolute pure golazo. And last but not the least is, of course, the manager, Xavi Hernandez. And tonight, I'm giving Mr. Xavi a 9 out of 10. You're probably wondering, Barca boy, a 9? We barely won 1-0. Second string Osasuna team. I'll tell you why I'm giving him a 9. Firstly, went full strength lineup. Credit to him. We got the win. Clean sheet. 3 points. The most important thing for me for Xavi tonight was this is the best performance I've seen from Xavi since he's became the Barcelona manager, as his proactiveness, as his, decision making on the touchline. His substitutions were perfect time, and perfect personnel as well. Gavi was struggling. Gavi said, don't sub me off. We said, F you, get off, you're struggling. Ansu get in. Brought on Dembus and Eric Garcia for Christensen, who was, coming off an injury, and Raphinha, who had needed discomfort, made the substitutions quick. Brought on Ferran and Jordi Alba, 75th minute. This, for me, was the most proactive Xavi has been on the touchline. He made all the right... I think if this was 2 months ago, Xavi would have made all his subs post 70th minute. He probably would have brought on Ferran and Jordi Alba like 85th minute. He gave them time. He made the changes quickly because he knew knew the team was struggling. He knew that this was an opportunity. 10 men, low block, second string Osasuna team. You want to get at them. So I think, his decision making on the touchline today was absolutely superb, and that is the reason why we won the match. If you didn't bring on Jordi Alba, different story. If you didn't, have Ferran Torres down the middle, different story. If you didn't bring on Ansu when Gavi was struggling, different story. All these things all led to Barcelona getting the victory, and that's where you give credit where it's due to the manager Xavi, who tonight for me gets a 9 out of 10. If we played well, 2-0, 3-0 victory, he would have gotten a 10. But with us, just going for it, trying to score, and 1-0, I'm gonna give Xavi though huge credit. He's the reason why we walked away with 3 points in my opinion, and I will give him a 9 out of 10 tonight. So that was my match review for Barcelona versus Osasuna in La Liga. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave me your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing I want to first see, of course, is your thoughts on the performance, your player ratings, and your manager rating as well. And of course, make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I will see you guys next time on the channel. We are hopefully 1 game away from winning the league title, and I cannot wait to beat Espanyol to win the league and also send them down to the Segunda Division. Take care, and Forza Barca!